Look, the part that we thought that was gonna be the funny shit. That's the part that's funny. That's as soon as she see me with the hat, start laughing and shit.
I'm currently trying to upload it to this so I can play it on here. But yeah, I wonder if.
But things, it'll get all that stuff will get better the more you do it. It's like with photography. You know what I'm saying? All that shit will get better. It's surprising to me though, like that picture that I repurposed from Belize of Yetta. You never realize just how much more you've learned about some shit that you've been doing for a while until you go back and revisit one of them old photos. You know what I'm saying? And go, yo, that's a whole bunch more shit I should have did with this.
What up, guys?
Where you felt what you heard. If you didn't, then you passed on.
His comments.
I just needed in my
what
life.
It is.
Just trying to vibe with other things feels like treason. I'm talking kick blaring, thick snaring, non-mechanized hands flowing. Artists that would really care about their craft. Put the masses. When summing up what they could do, couldn't be taught in classes. Not a simple formula to get the asses shaking. And I'm not glorifying people that was ratchet waving. I'm talking feel good, brag about it here.
Say something.
Beard, rocking, self-empowering, jaw dropping.
Can't say shit.
Damn it. I was hoping that I would be able to hear you.
Nah, everybody do.
Yeah.
Oh shit! You playing Watch Dogs Legion? How is that? I've seen mixed reviews on that, guys.
And they gotta know where we come from before we move forward with it. Kick that old school shit. No, I love it. If I'm choosing different styles, I'm placing nothing above it. Nah, kick that old school shit. I can taste it. Nothing wrong with the
Fabo.
What's up, Fabo? Oh, Fab is dumb, yo.
You can't help it.
Fab is dumb.
Know that I should be the change I want, so I'm heated. This evolution in my artistry was sorely needed. If I can reach the people looking for what I am seeking, maybe I can galvanize the crowd to whom I'm really speaking. This ain't about no hatred, it ain't about no revenge. This shit is sacred, maybe it's about a gross misplacement, but I won't be complacent. I know it won't die with me. So if you feel it,
man, you know, sharing to be a lot easier now too. With, it being on multiple platforms.
I just prefer the artists who dance the rest for me. Might hear me riding down the
Sam Jones.
What up, Sam? Yeah, we back.
Never hesitate to let the son of God to spin. Okay, maybe the old hymn, but that's my point. I go back.
Oh, nice.
Don't disappoint. Pick that old school.
Fab got the COVID.
Now, 2 weeks from now, you won't get the second one.
Yep. So wait a minute, Gat. You said it's different how you control all the citizens, but one of the critiques that I heard about it was that it's a bit redundant with the interactions with the characters and shit. Is that true?
Is it true or is it not? Appreciate it, Gats.
That's what
That's what I heard.
I mean, yeah. We just had a conversation about how gamers are half of what's wrong with gaming.
Oh, that's a fact. That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? They are half of what's wrong with gaming. You know, the developers sharing that shit, absolutely, but like the narratives gamers go and run with sometimes is just ridiculous.
Right. They
hate bang on the game.
My experience never played terrible. Your experience has to be
terrible too, right? Right. And then it becomes a fever pitch like blood in the water around sharks. The moment there becomes somewhat of a narrative building that the game is crappy, even people that have never played the game will get on posts and shit like that. And then, you know, people made a lot to
what up, Greg?
What's up, Greg? About Gamergate and all of that. But one of the things came out of that, one of the acknowledgments out of that is a lot of these game review companies are full of shit. They're full of shit.
Facts.
They're getting payola like a motherfucker.
You know what I'm saying? Same.
I just saw the comment.
Oh man,
yo, it was gonna be worse than that, yo. And I'm prepared for it, right? It would have been worse than that.
Right. We gonna play it on the stream. once we start officially.
Oh no, guess this is what I heard about Cybertrash. Excuse me, Cyberpunk. Freudian slip. This is what I heard. So I haven't played it yet, but I do want to play it. But I heard for the consoles, it's garbage. Like it hasn't been optimized right. It has a lot of bugs. It's garbage. However, the PC people are loving that game. They are loving it.
Yes, no.
Cybertrash.
You're terrible. You're a terrible human being.
I'm just saying. I heard that all the PC gamers are enjoying it and the console players aren't. That's much better. What are you doing? You over there doing shit. I told you before about doing shit.
Business?
That's
mind
it. Oh, man. All right,
PS4 Pro runs decent enough, but crashes. That makes sense.
Okay. They said they're supposed to be optimizing it later, like for another second release, like later this year.
Yeah,
it sucks that they got to do that, but you know, shit is not optimal now. It's just not, and motherfuckers will have to stop whining at a certain point.
But here's the thing: as bad. It's like two sides of the same coin to me. Like you have to absolutely developers should stop putting out unfinished games, right?
Absolutely,
1000%. However, since been pimping, every new generation has games that are nowhere near the potential of what the new hardware can do. It's just what happens every single time, like clockwork, without fail. So if you're not a new gamer, then it shouldn't be that big of a surprise to you.
Exactly.
Again, developers should finish games.
Absolutely.
They should. But we know what we're dealing with at this point.
And some of the vitriol
to spend the money,
right? You know, like some of the vitriol I see. It's like you entitled pricks.
Right.
So, you know, a lot of people died this year, stayed home, lost money, on the verge of getting evicted. And I see you whining about these games. Last year should have put a lot of things in perspective for people, but it won't. And I'm going to tell you why. Because certain shit you can't fix. You know, every time we turn around, we say, oh, well, now that this has happened, this will never happen again. And then it does.
Yep.
You feel me? Like certain shit you can't fix with monkeys. Like it's ingrained. You know what I'm saying?
That's
ingrained.
You know? It's pretty much, I can't dispute what you're saying.
Yo, Gas said he had ET. Yo, you know, see, this is the difference between me and you, Gas. I remember the ET game too. I'm older than you. I refuse to get it. I'm not getting that shit. What the fuck is this?
Oh, goodness.
Give me some Pac-Man.
You stupid.
He's a goddamn Pac-Man.
All right, let's get this thing on the
Let's get it rolling. All right, you ready to record? That's right. We ain't got to do all that.
You know
what I'm saying? That's crazy.
You ain't got
to do all that. Let's get into this intro.
Oh, God.
Welcome, everyone, to the Black Culture Geeks podcast. This is my man, SPJ. And I am Tombstone the Dead Man. And we are just a couple of geeks talking about pop culture from a black perspective. Facts indeed. We are now entered into a new year. We're back.
Yeah.
We're back. We are here.
Yeah. Sure.
Right?
Yeah. No, you're right.
Shout out to my man All Might. And last year was full of fail. Let's all agree to that. Last year was full of fail. But a lot of us we pulled some kernels of corn out of that turd.
Yeah.
Right? Right?
Yeah.
Made some things happen. But if if you thought that a date change was going to be the catalyst for a change in the dynamics of society, you are wrong. Leonidas, you are wrong.
Here's the thing that always bugs me out about this whole New Year thing. I'm pretty consistent with this. If nothing else, this one joke I know I'm very consistent with. Time is a construct.
Yeah. Created by humans mostly. Like the concept of time that we have. I'm not talking about space-time. Let me say that. I'm not talking about space-time. Space-time is real. There's a real fabric. We're talking about the concept of time that humans have. Absolutely. Is purely made up.
For our benefit.
Yeah.
It's simply so we can know how to categorize things. And where to be when and how to organize things better. And it's simply for those reasons. So the calendar turning to a new digit changes literally nothing. Literally nothing. So I mean,
that's true. And if we're to go off of the idea that shit rolls downhill, this year already is showing you how it's going to go. It's showing you how it's going to go.
Bruh, absolutely. So I guess we jump right back in. What's new? And what do we want to happen this year?
Well, okay. Should we reverse it with what do we want to happen this year and then what's the because the stuff that I want to happen this year. All right.
And to be clear, I'm not talking about goals. I'm not saying specifically like what do we want to achieve. I mean, like even if it's something that you know might not happen.
Right. Exactly.
What do we want to happen this year?
What I want to happen this year is for shit to calm the fuck down. Yeah. Right. So that, and this is me being completely selfish. However, it benefits everyone. This particular selfish wish benefits everybody. I want shit to calm down. Right. So that me and my friends and allies and business partners can get back to some form of normalcy of doing the shit that we was doing in 2018. All right. You know what I'm saying? I want that to take place. I want for that to happen. Do I think it's going to happen? No. I absolutely do not think that's going to happen. But much as like we did in 2020, we found some kernels of corn out of that turd and we made do with it. That's probably more than likely what's going to happen now. I want for multi-world to be profitable, to make moves and upgrades, and to continue to expand our knowledge base. Because the reason we can do all the stuff that we do is because, you know, when we say geeks, the geeks part of this, that's exactly what the fuck we are.
It's really us.
like even when it came to doing podcasting and video and photography, we just geeked out about it. Fair. We got into it and we geeked out about it. And to the point where we're sitting there eating dinner, watching videos on how to edit, how to this, as like that's entertainment and shit. Reviews on cameras and this and that, like that's entertainment. New software, shit like that. And that's what allowed us to actually. That's one of the things anyway that allowed us to get the opportunity that we got doing the partnership with Rise, because we knew what we were doing. Now, whether or not conditions will be put in place for us to utilize it efficiently, that's something else entirely. That remains to be seen. But we got here because of that and because of relationships, right? Already forged relationships from years ago. But I personally want for all of that to happen. And I do believe that part is going to happen. I absolutely do. I absolutely believe that, because that's a part that we kind of have some control over.
Right.
You know, but as far as for everybody else, and their fortunes for this year, I really want y'all to do well.
Yeah, thanks.
I really want y'all to do legitimately. Do I think you are? No. But
no,
I really,
do. Like I said, the situation is something that dominates more than just because the calendar digit changes.
Exactly.
The situation is still what the situation is.
Yeah.
Even when the pandemic itself is over, there will still be lasting ramifications.
Well, Malcolm X said that too. Malcolm X said, if somebody stabs you with a 12-inch knife, you're going to be hurt. If they pull it out 6 inches, you're still going to be hurt. When they pull it out all the way, you're still going to be injured. And then after it heals, it probably will leave a scar. That's pretty much where I see in the foreseeable future. But that doesn't mean that those of us that are fortunate enough, because I realized I lost a lot last year. But I also realized there are people that lost certain things that fucked with their livelihoods. You know what I'm saying? So that makes it harder to recover because now you don't have any income coming in. You know, so I do recognize there are people that maybe lost differently, but it still is as devastating, right? Like I said, I want everybody to do well this year. Now, as far as I'm gonna ask you, what do you want to happen this year?
Everything. No, literally everything you said. Like I don't really like as far as like more specifically personally than that. I can't really. The path that everything seems to be on is fine. So I'm not really gonna like. I'm not gonna go extreme with it because I like what things look like right now on that end.
On that end.
I like what things look like right now. So I'm not gonna like go hard with that.
If I were to add only one thing that would be completely, I would love a shortcut.
Oh well, absolutely.
I would love a shortcut.
No, listen, if we happen to get over there tomorrow and we streaming and that stream hit like 1.2,
right?
I mean, I ain't gonna be mad at that.
Right.
But
I was even speaking a shortcut from one of us hit the fucking lottery.
Oh yeah,
I'll take a shortcut too.
Listen, absolutely. I think the Powerball and the Mega Millions is still
400, 500 million, something like that. Yeah.
I mean, I made this joke with one of my coworkers because I was one of the millions of people.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. I was one of the millions of people who had their latest STEMI delayed because of Jaded Nerd is in
Jaded Nerd too.
Because the IRS is incompetent. And they made a mistake. That's really what happened. Oh, so for anybody who hasn't gotten their stimulus check yet, that knows that they're eligible and they don't know about this, what happened is the IRS made a huge mistake and they ended up sending the money to different accounts. So if that's for people who did their taxes through like tax software businesses. So like H&R Block, TurboTax, that type of thing.
That's crazy.
So they're working to get it fixed and it should be coming to you soon. I got mine yesterday. So that's how that goes. But I made this joke to my coworker because I hadn't gotten it yet. I was like, listen, when I get this $600, what if I just spend all of it on lotto tickets? I said, listen. So the jackpot is $400 million.
Right. It is.
I'd pay $600 to get $200 million.
Facts. Nigga, I would pay $600 to get $20 million.
Right. Now, obviously, that's not how that works. So
right. Of course not.
I'm just upset.
But I mean, listen. For those y'all if y'all gonna hear this a lot this year too from this show, Operation Exit Strategy.
Right.
Y'all gonna hear that a
All
lot
facts.
this year, right? Because that's what.
All facts.
Just know that our overarching goal, even with all of the content we produce, or whatever happens with that, and the people that we may partner with and all that, it's all about Operation Exit Strategy.
Right.
It's all about Operation Exit Strategy.
Facts.
Yeah, that's it.
So, what's new?
Yeah, what's new?
Is
Well,
the
let's
question.
talk about the obvious right now, because Jada
Yeah.
Bear brings it up in the Hold on, I got to read this comment that Gat said. He said, "I just want to eat in a busy food court again, get that good ass social anxiety feel again."
I mean, these are the bittersweet things that happen. That we take advantage. I mean, not take.
You take for granted.
For granted the sweet side of it because of the bitterness.
Right.
But now that we're away from it and can't do it, it's like
Honestly, though, I'm more of a misanthrope.
Obviously.
So I don't really, I don't have the same connection to having a bunch of people around. But I will say, it is dope when the times when me and James and Keith will go to different places, and there's people that haven't doing what they're doing, and we've got our cameras, and we're just creating content. We're talking shit. Usually I'm talking shit, but still, you know what I'm saying? It was still like there's nothing like that. And I felt robbed of a lot of shit last year, but that was definitely one of them. I was looking forward to that.
Near the top of the list.
Yeah, I was looking forward to that.
But yeah, the new setup. They're listen. If anybody has been looking at my just what I've done with creative shit over these past however many years I've been on this track, I'm always looking to evolve in some shape or form. Like that's always the goal. The goal is always to improve, evolve, get better. Some things may not just be better, but some things might just be different, and how that goes. Right. So,
and to be fair, you had a lot of growth. Just last month, you were an amoeba, and now you're full-fledged ape. So I mean, the evolution is coming along nicely.
I'm dead. But yeah, so when just because of everything that was going on, literally so much stuff going on, I was like, all right, I hit to before the last show that we did of the last year. Right. I was like, all right, this is gonna be the last show. We come back with a soft rebrand. Very soft rebrand. And this is the result. So this is even this is a work in progress. It will evolve in ways, shapes, and forms.
Absolutely.
Throughout the time. But yeah, we're here. Also, tying into that, another thing that's new. I'll just play the video for you guys. It's just gonna happen. So enjoy this video.
What is it that you're doing? I'm getting my YouTube channel back up and running. Is it a new channel? Well, no. It's the same channel that I started several years ago. Okay, so Nag District. You had some pretty decent videos up there. Seemed promising. Well, yes and no. It's the same channel, but it's a different name. And the name is? Everything by SPJ. Yes, I am aware of your nickname and that you'll be doing things. But what's the name of the actual channel? That's the name of the channel. I had to change it in order to have the channel be an official artist channel. But then I realized it was dumb to name a channel SPJ.
So, you're rebranding your channel around your music?
No, actually, most of the recent videos are vlogs. Some about recent photo shoots that I've done.
Music and photography? But you need a niche on YouTube to be successful.
Well, I'm not really concerned with YouTube success, but I do have a niche.
I thought you said your music and photos. That is not a niche.
Don't forget skits.
Skits?
Yes, skits.
That seems to be a lot for one person to do.
What can I say? I like to live dangerously.
So where's the niche?
Where's the niche? You scour the depths of YouTube and see channels that are poorly run, disorganized, poorly branded, and you think that of me? I am the niche.
How does that work?
I honestly couldn't tell you. People will just have to subscribe to find out.
So, yeah, that was the thing. That was the thing that happened. We did that. So for a little explanation / clarity on said scenario. So basically, I felt like as much as I talk about time being a construct and all that other good stuff, at the same time, you can criticize things and still understand the usefulness of them.
Facts.
So I understand that I'm still a human.
Oh, sorry.
I understand that I'm still a human, and this construct of time actually benefits me as well. So, with the new year, I just figured, with all the crap that was going on last year, being in a situation now where it's not a surprise. We've been dealing with it for 9 months.
Right.
So let's move forward with our hands on the steering wheel instead of a situation where we're being caught off guard left and right. We know what's going on now. So with that, I figured rebranding everything for several reasons. So pretty much everything that I do now is everything by SPJ. I was able to change my YouTube channel to that,
which I find a little bit suspicious. That seems like some deep state shit. I'm just saying, like, something about that.
No, it is what it is. I can't help you on that one. No, it just is.
I just know I was specifically told.
I understand what you were told, but
so the fact that did not apply to you.
Well, I don't know. Here's the thing. So I never got any notification that anything changed. Matter of fact, let me look at the channel. So I can see if I still have.
No, it changed. I see. It says everything.
No. I mean, as far as my status as an official artist channel, I don't know.
I think the music thing is still there, isn't it?
It's still there.
Yeah,
it's still there. So
again, I ask. Again, I ask, good sir. I don't know.
So we're having a conversation that nobody else is privy to. So basically what happened is the process of getting control of your YouTube channel, being an official artist channel, is a little arduous, and there are a bunch of rules that they give you. And one of the things that was loosely said but never specifically ironed out was your name has to match.
Be your artist name.
Right.
That's the artist name.
So I did that. That's why I named the YouTube channel SPJ, because my artist name is SPJ. But I had reached the point, like I said, with wanting to do the rebrand and everything, I had reached the point where I didn't care if it messed up the official artist channel. I knew that, I mean, my music is still going to end up going up on that channel regardless. So I just went for it. And according to all indications, I still have the official artist channel. So you have that. I had long since changed my Instagram from Photos by SBJ to Everything by SBJ. I changed which Facebook page my Instagram uploads to automatically from Photos by SBJ to Everything by SBJ, and we try to just be a little more cohesive. That's really what it is, because it's ridiculous having when we're in situations where we're trying to share shit, and I got to tell y'all 17 different things in order to reach all my stuff. Like, no. And it just makes sense. And that's why I've been using the tagline, everything happened for a reason, because that is the reason. Everything happened. You get it?
Yeah.
Okay. So but yeah, that's really what that was. And then on a little bit more of a personal note, I don't know how much I can actually say about this on live, but my work situation has changed.
It's terrible now.
Nah, man.
Horrible.
No, my God. It's I ain't gonna hold you. Listen, your boy. Never mind. I'm not gonna go into that. But yeah, that's what it is. And even though most of these people probably have some idea, go ahead and tell them about the Rise situation.
Yeah. So for those of you that may still don't know, that may be coming to the podcast, so listening to the audio of it, because this is the live stream that we're doing currently. Last year around the summertime, old friend of mine that I used to work with, Calvin Ford, who coincidentally is also the coach of the champ, Javante Tank Davis.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hit me up because he had watched Black Culture Geeks. He watched one of our streams. And he was trying to do his own type of podcast. And really he wanted to do like a podcast network, but it will start with the flagship show. And he didn't really know how to do it, how to get together. So he hit me up. Me, SPJ, my wife, and my daughter, we went and had a meeting in Baltimore at the gym with him. Had some discussions. And yeah, the agreement was that, we partnering up with them to produce their podcast and do the production management stuff of all of the little shows that's going to come after that takes off or whatever. The reason it's such a big thing is because they routinely get very good engagement. Now, there was a time, I would say during the peak of my artist, whatever, journey, where I would get great engagement on my official artist channel. But when I fell back from that channel a bit and started some new things and did some other stuff, that kind of waned a bit, you know? So this is a big deal for us because this is the first thing that we'll be connected with in a while, especially as a group, as Multiworld as a group.
Yeah.
That has this high of a ceiling
yeah.
to potentially get crazy views, monetization, sponsorships, all of this stuff.
By simply being what it is.
Simply being what it is. By simply because they already are getting that. And we're plugged in because of a personal relationship, but also because he clearly decided we knew what we were doing. And that came from being committed to learn new things and experience new things and constantly create, even if it's thought of by outsiders to be outside of our wheelhouse, because many people who didn't know me before they met me through music, thought I'm just a rapper. I've never been just that.
Right.
And getting a chance to create this other content has allowed me to expand on those other things. And that opened up the opportunity for this. So we are hell of excited about this. It is a lot of work, but, and you know, and of course we know there's going to be obstacles that we got to overcome, but that's the same shit we did here. If you look at some of our earlier podcasts with Black Culture, it was nowhere near as polished, nowhere near as well thought out. We didn't have this constant back and forth that was as smooth, like none of that. So this is like with anything else, but we are determined to make this work, and the quality of it will only grow over time, because it's a lot easier to improve on quality when you have a budget. See, what we've been doing is we'll upgrade here, upgrade there.
You're getting it from the mud. What up, sis?
What's up, sis? Like exactly. And one thing I want to do is I want to do a quick shout out, because I don't believe for one second that we would have even been able to get this opportunity if not for certain people, right?
Oh yeah.
Jay the Nerd.
Facts.
Got to shout Jay the Nerd out, because as we continue to build on this and this continues to grow, Jay the Nerd's part of our company. So whatever opportunities is over here for us is over here for him.
Facts.
Adequate. Lady Assassin. Marissa Holiday. Let me tell you something. The album that I produced that most of my fan base look at as that's the album that they think is a quintessential Tombstone album. Guess who did that cover? Helped me do that cover art. Marissa. All right. Not to mention just the load of advice, insight, info, you name it. Got to shout out my wife. Because to even get to the point to having this opportunity, I wouldn't have been here without her. Period. Yeah, I was rapping and doing all that before her, but just the fact of being able to put that shit together into a business format and have and the support that I got from her, look, there ain't nobody else that ever supported my shit like that. Nobody. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just excited about even though with all the horse shit, and we're gonna get into some of the horse shit on the show. It's already been going on in 2020. Even with all that horse shit, I am excited because I love the fact that even with the dumb shit of last year, we still managed to. We couldn't do what we wanted to do.
That's true. So
let's do something else and see where that takes us. Right?
Pivot.
Right. That quick pivot. So just expect some things. And look, you can subscribe to the Rise podcast channel. It's Rise spelled with a Z, same way we spell geeks with a Z. Subscribe to that. And like I said, they're going to have guests on that show eventually, of course. Everybody from the Champ. And it'll be some other surprises that will probably appear on there because they got access. They already have access to stuff, right? Right. So, and it's not just going to be about boxing, although that is where they live, in the boxing arena. They're going to talk about other things as well. There's already content up on the channel now, some promotional stuff. I'm going to go up there and check that out as well. And if you, we're doing the live stream Sunday at 12 noon. That'll be the debut show for that. So just check us out. We won't be on air. You might hear a voice in the background, but it's mostly Coach Calvin, Coach Kenny, and Coach Squeeze, who's the host. Squeeze is the host. So yeah, check that out. Now, I don't know. So for those of y'all that are listening to this on Spotify or wherever else you're listening by the time the audio goes out, you can't see this. But I don't know what this nigga is doing. All I know is I see EOS webcam.
No, don't mind me. Don't mind me.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't ever remind me.
Yo, look. Speak of the devil.
Addy, what up, big bro?
Adequate just commented. Put that up there on the screen. Put that up there on the screen. He missed so much shit. Yo, why are y'all on Facebook? Well, see, that's the funny thing.
We're on simultaneously on the Black Culture Geeks Facebook page, the Multiverse Facebook page, and the Black Culture Geeks YouTube page. So that's what's going on, my guy.
It's a vibe.
Yeah, it's the move. It's what's going on.
And you're late.
I mean, but here's the thing. This speaks to what you were saying about the benefit of streaming to more than one place.
Exactly.
This makes more sense. It makes sense that Addy would get this notification
on Facebook because he's always on Facebook. He's always on Facebook.
Facts. So before we move on, I'm gonna go ahead and play the blooper.
This must be ass.
The bloopers from that video, and here we go.
And the adequate shot would be like that. All right, stop it. Rotate. Like that. Oh, no, not all the way. Right there. A little bit further back. No. Why does everybody do that? This way. No, you're rotating. You're not moving. Go back where you were. God damn it! Stop. Stop.
You said rotating.
I would throw this water at your head.
I'm rotating.
Yes.
Yeah, somebody distracted me by messaging me. Don't ever do that again. Yo, if this comes off, yo, you will be officially known as the dumbest nigga. the dumbest niggas on the internet.
It pays. It pays. Not well.
Right not right now.
But
it'll pay off. Operation Exit Strategy.
Right.
All this shit is part of it.
Thanks. Every single piece. Hey, I put up the man button. I refused to wear a man button for years. Hey. I think that's good. I don't know.
Well, we'll have to see.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Ass.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it is what it is. Things happen. Mistakes were made.
Many mistakes were made. Dude, I swear to y'all, like, I actually have a bunch of footage from the last 3 years that I've never uploaded. Stuff when me and SPJ and James and gone out and about, having adventures and shit.
Me and Keith.
Jaded, right?
You said you, SPJ, and James.
Oh, damn. I meant Keith. Blooper reel. Here's the blooper. Listen, I have mad footage that I've never uploaded, never anywhere, that I'm seriously considering now that we have these capabilities. I'm seriously considering putting together some shit like that for real. Absolutely.
All right, let's move on. So
we're going to go into the news right now, folks. There's a bunch of shit. But before we dive into this, I have to say something that's kind of related to all of this, because I just feel like, the shit needs to be said, right? So one of the things, what's up, Mike? One of the things I've been hearing floating and bandied about is that, one of the talking points about everything that took place in DC is that they were there because they felt like Trump didn't really lose. He won, in fact, and it was a bunch of fraud. It was all fraud. This shit is actually really simple.
Yo, Andy is so dumb.
What do you say? What do you say? Yo, he's in two places. He's dumb. So he's dumb. So that man went out and demonized mail-in voting. He said mail-in vote is bad.
Hold on, wait. This is a teaching moment.
Yes, this is a teaching
moment. Ladies and gentlemen, this is simple arithmetic.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
So he demonized mail-in voting. And then, the people that follow him hang on his every word.
Mm-hmm.
So he convinced them that mail-in voting was terrible. But see, mail-in votes allow for people who wouldn't ordinarily go out to even vote.
Mm-hmm.
To vote because they're not investing the time. They're not taking off from work. They're literally just writing a piece of paper, putting it in the mail, going about their business. That made it easy. Now, for those this isn't even about Biden as much. People were voting against him. They weren't voting for, a lot of people were not voting for Biden. It was voting against him. Against him. So they both followed their narrative to the ultimate conclusion.
Yeah.
Biden was saying, yo, this pandemic is crazy. Protect yourself. Social distance. Don't be out there like that. Don't be in each other's faces like that. And we're going to possibly get through this. Trump was saying, Trump was inconsistent at best with his messaging on that shit, to the point of at some point saying, it's nothing there. It's nothing wrong. They're screwing with the numbers. None of this shit is real. So he convinced his folks of that. So when election day came about, they voted on election day. Now, the way they tabulate this in a lot of these states is the same day voting thing. That gets calculated first.
Mm-hmm.
But then here comes the deluge of mail-in voting after that. So whatever you saw on the night of November 3rd, that wasn't the end of the story. They still had votes to count. Right? So again, you got to also factor in, he spent the last 4 years doing more to energize the Democrats' base than the Democrats did. All the insults, the tweets, the taunts, toxic behavior. And his base a lot of times was following suit. It was doing the same stuff he was doing. People was rabid to vote against him. And then when they made it easier with the mail-in process, come on, fam, what did you think was going to happen?
Right.
So one of the things I keep hearing about this was, and this I need for somebody to make this make sense to me, right? I'm hearing people say, well, Biden couldn't have won because he was in the basement and didn't throw rallies, and a whole bunch of people came out for rallies during a fucking pandemic for Trump, and that's why there's no way in the world he could have won.
Somebody probably a part of that 350,000. Never mind,
dude. I'm trying to have them square this circle for me. I need somebody to make sense. How does holding a bunch of rallies correlate to whether or not people actually vote? How does that work? I'm gonna give an example.
Because I saw it on the internet.
Obviously, especially during a pandemic where people on the left were more likely to take the threat seriously and stay home and vote through mail. But I'm gonna give you an example. So there are other artists that do way more live performances than me. Way more.
Right.
But they don't sell as many downloads as I do.
Right.
Which means that either my fans are more committed to supporting, or there are more of them.
Right.
Or I did enough in this current era with my online content and promotion to inspire them to purchase more. This was no fucking different. Just because you can get a bunch of chuckleheads to go out there in the middle of a pandemic.
No, it was slightly different. The big difference is he literally told them not to do mail-in voting.
Yeah.
He literally said, no, don't do
that. That's not good. That's not good. And he didn't do it.
He didn't do it. They listened.
Again, that was his promotion. My promotion was different than the promotion of the guys that's out there performing every week. So my downloads sell more. And again, the people on the left have been pissed for 4 years. And he did nothing in that 4 years to bring the country together. Nothing. He galvanized their base together for them. All Biden needed to do was show up and be the opposition. That was it.
Don't be him.
Don't be him. Now, the last thing I want to talk about. One last thing before we get into this news story. I see people with the false equivalency about BLM and what they did out there in DC. First they, BLM was out there. Some of them people that was in the protest started rioting and they burnt down some stores. So let's talk Antifa. So let's talk about your corner store versus the Capitol building for a second. Your corner store contains bread, milk, sodas, aspirin, cereals, stocking caps,
cheese,
and bubble gum. Now I know I'm missing a lot of shit, right? But this is basically
you got the gist of it.
You got the gist of it. Now here's the Capitol building, the nation's secrets, the people elected to run the government, and the perception of the nation's strength and competence around the world.
The physical embodiment of our democracy.
Physical body. So here's the thing. My entire fucking life, from the time I was old enough to understand things, I have always had the perception, that if I went to DC and fucked around at those government buildings, I was going to find out. I was going to find out. That's always been the perception I've had. I don't know anybody that doesn't think that way. Running across the White House lawn is a good way to get your shit peeled back. Peeled back.
You're going to at minimum, you have the hospital trip in front of you.
So attacking the Capitol building when you had the vice president in there, when you got all these other motherfuckers up in there that was elected officials and shit, whether you like them or not, because I don't like none of them motherfuckers. But whether you like them or not.
And then on top of that, billions of dollars.
Billions of dollars. Do you really? And then going in there and vandalizing, starting fights and shit like that. The fact that more of them wasn't killed.
Out of the red rope.
Yeah. They jumped in there and they stayed in the river. Let me tell you something, man. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I don't care who you supported, who you voted for, because I'm a selfish motherfucker. To be honest, I care about me, my folks, and what we need. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a fuck what you did. But I'm gonna tell you this, you dumb as shit, if you thought you was gonna attack a government building the way you did and somebody wasn't gonna get their shit pushed back.
No consequences?
No consequences. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. The fact that more people didn't get their shit pushed back is the real conversation that need to be had.
Absolutely.
Because there's no, and let me tell you, as far as America's standing around the world, how do you think the other countries that consider themselves rivals to this one, rivals to the system, looked at that? You think they had a laugh for that? You think they had a laugh
about it?
They tweet. Listen, you mean to tell me you motherfuckers can't even? The barbarians are at the gates. Like the people overran your shit, went in there, start fucking with y'all like that. They don't got no respect. But you talking shit about our system of government? Fuck out of here with your banana republic ass. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here.
Oh, man.
But I just felt like these things need to be said because people are making this a lot more complicated than it really is. The conversation that needs to be had is why more people didn't get their shit pushed back. Because there's never been a time, and if you're honest, you know that too. There ain't never been a time you thought you could fuck around over there with them government buildings and not get shot. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here.
Yahoos were more successful than the Confederate Army.
Right.
Think about
because they got the Confederate flag in the White House.
Right.
Got that shit in there.
Bruh. What is going on here? Anyway, so yeah, that's
the context.
This story. Man photographed sitting in Nancy Pelosi's office, arrested in FBI custody. Now let's focus on how dumb he is.
But you're dumb. Hold up. These the people that's going to take down the government. These people. Yo, this is not 1981. This is not 1971. This is not 1951. This is 2021. There are cameras every fucking where. Every fucking where. People got them on them. They inserted in buildings inside walls. This is a government building. They probably got hidden ones up in that. What the? And you guys, the masters of strategy that you are, the strategic geniuses you are over here, y'all gonna take
military generals.
And yeah, we laughing at you, dumbass. You know why? That's the other thing. We gonna be laughing a lot because y'all laughed at Trayvon. Yep. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Eric Garner.
Fuck you. Flat out. So I don't want to hit. Yeah, we laughing. You dumb as shit. You dumb as shit sitting there with your feet up on Nancy Pelosi. Yo, you realize this same motherfucker, when he goes back home, he was on a radio show. I ain't do nothing wrong.
Something was done.
Nigga, the level of delusion and entitlement. Now, look, people gonna have their opinions. I'm one of the ones that feel like politicians need to be scared of us. I'm gonna keep it real with you. They need to be. But I just find it funny how you motherfuckers didn't pull this bullshit to get that $2,000. You ain't pull this bullshit to get some Medicare for also your ass can have better teeth and live longer and blood pressure medicine and all that other shit. You ain't you did this for Mango Mussolini and shit. Funny. Y'all motherfuckers is funny. Y'all funny as shit.
So in today's episode of Boy, if you don't sit your white ass down somewhere, hold up, but not there. The man who was photographed chilling in House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's office during Caucasid Day. Get it? Caucasid Day. Okay. On Wednesday evening has been arrested. That's right. It looks like the white man who got Trump humping booty juice all over Pelosi's office chair. Like that shit is going to just clean right off after spraying one coat of honky be gone, will now be facing the consequences of his actions. Richard Barnett, 60, was arrested in Little Rock, Arkansas, Friday morning and charged with knowingly entering and remaining in restricted building grounds without authority, violent entry, and disorderly conduct on Capitol grounds, as well as the theft of public property. Before we get any further into this, I have a question. Why is it that white people version of a flex is always so weird? Because you know this man thought he was being a badass. He thought he was Malcolm X Lex going up against the system and showing off his level of commitment to the fight against tyranny by sneaking into some white lady's office and taking pictures and shit. Is that what activists do when they get old? Just sit their asses down somewhere and call it a revolution? Anyway, the Benton County Sheriff's Office Public Information Officer Lieutenant Shannon Jenkins told CNN that Barnett is in custody of the FBI. He did not get booked into our facility. He was transported to another facility and in the custody of the FBI. According to the Washington Post, Barnett, whose nickname is reportedly Big O, as in big old dumbass, got locked up in a restricted area, I'm guessing, outed himself to the New York Times as the intruder and bragged that he wrote her a nasty note, put my feet up on her desk. So basically, he's the Karen version of Rick James.
Yeah.
It also turns out that the weekend before, he participated in the uncivil whites movement at the Capitol. He took to Facebook to defend white nationalism.
That's shocking. That's shocking.
This is what he said. I am white. No shit, Sherlock.
Oh.
No shit, Sherlock. I am white. There's no denying that. I am a nationalist. I put my nation first. So that makes me a white nationalist.
Jeez. Listen.
He also urged his fellow white
devolutionaries
to give one day from the internet or work or wherever to be active by attending the Capitol protest. Here's where old people really bother me, right? Before I finish this article. You didn't have to take a break from the internet to go on a protest. Phones exist.
Yo,
but anyway,
exactly.
Whatever, Jesse Lames. You ain't going to war by sitting your old wrinkly ass down at somebody's desk.
No, you're not.
The FBI is letting it be known that leaving D.C. and going home won't save any of these traitors pretending to be patriots from arrest. Just because you've left the D.C. region, you can still expect a knock on the door if we found out you were a part of the criminal activity at the Capitol.
Nigga, they pulling up. The
FBI is not sparing any resources in this investigation.
Yeah, y'all gone. Y'all gone. This is what I was saying earlier about it's certain things that just as a person that comes from the demographic that I come from, and the perception that this society has of me and what I have of it, there's no way I'd thought I could have got away with that and they wasn't going to pull up. They going to pull up.
It's not a thing.
They going to pull up right on your ass. You thought that shit was, you thought you was just going to walk and skate and go back to your regular life. You're going to go fishing the next day and shit. Yeah, all right. Okay. They coming.
It tickles me how dumb people are.
Yeah.
Dumb enough to do it in the first place. That's fine.
Yeah.
I get that. I understand that because you become irrational when passion is involved. And
yep, absolutely.
Literally, your leader literally just told you to go up there.
Not just your leader either. He literally had other people that's in his cabal come up there and tell you this was a fight. Like 5 days before this shit even took place, Ted Cruz is in front of a bunch of these same type of people using imagery about Bunker Hill and you ought to pay. All this war talk, all this talk of combat and shit. Rudy with, let's have a trial by combat. What kill me is when I see motherfuckers say that words don't matter. Are you fucking dumb or numb or both? 90% of the way we communicate with each other is through words. Sure, there's body language. Sure, there's through behaviors. Sure, there's through looks. Sure, there's through writing. But even writing comes words. Listen, we use words to speak. Words have power. And if you're in a position of power, your words are weighted even more heavy than the average regular person. And you got up there in front of these people and you revved them up. But they didn't just rev them up that day. Because this is the other thing, I'm looking at the FBI sideways, all of the alphabet organizations sideways, right? These motherfuckers have been talking about this online for weeks, what they were going to do. For weeks. And y'all didn't we just didn't know. But you know about
question about that.
Go ahead.
So I understand checks and balances. I get that. I understand independently run organizations. I get that. But is it a scenario? This is not me defending. This is legitimately me trying to figure out. Is this a situation where some of these independently run organizations defer first and then act?
I don't know.
That protocol?
I don't know. I think that in the case of the Capitol being attacked, whatever protocol it is, y'all niggas with guns need to get down there real quick and make sure that the vice president doesn't get his wig pushed back.
Absolutely fact.
You know what I'm saying? And again, the perception that most of us have of DC and that area where all the government buildings is that they got that covered, G. You ain't just gonna come through there with that ruckus and not get your white meat exposed. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not gonna happen. And yet here we are, where thousands of people mobbed the motherfucking place and got away with it. And so far, only a few people have been killed. And that's not the perception I've ever had.
Right.
Run your black ass across that White House lawn like you about to do something.
Yeah. They're
gonna put you down.
Here's the interesting thing to me though. The death toll is rising, but so it's like as surreal as that day was, it's in its aftermath becoming more real in a way, simply because the death toll is rising. Because it's like I know that this was an act of war. Essentially,
it was sedition.
Yeah, essentially, this was literally an act of war. So with war comes death. So like that's the only thing that was bothering me in my head. Like not that I necessarily want people to be killed. That's not. But it's just it didn't add up. It didn't.
In other words, it's not about whether or not you wanted them to be killed. It's about the expectation that they
should have been killed. Right.
That's the expectation.
What was going on.
And that's why I brought up the thing about the level of security at your corner store is not comparable to the level of security or the consequences you're going to get by fucking with one of them Capitol buildings. That's not
There
happening.
are areas in Grand Theft Auto where as soon as you enter them, your star level goes to 5.
Yo, perfect example. This is exactly what I thought in the Grand Theft Auto of life.
Yeah.
I thought that the moment you did any fucking around at the Capitol building, the White House, whatever, your stars was gonna go up to 5, and they sending everybody at your ass.
Right. That's where the tanks come in, the helicopters come in, all that.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, their star level was at 1.
But this is what we were mean earlier about entitlement. I think people take the word entitlement and they try to put their little definitions on it. There is a sense of entitlement that makes you think you should be allowed to do what nobody else could do safely.
Right.
And their shit is verified and backed up because the number of people that I would have expected after, when I was watching that shit, I expected any minute for the long guns to come out.
It would have been, it should have been hundreds.
Right? Like,
because there were thousands.
Now, I do get, right? They don't want the image of Tiananmen Square.
Absolutely.
They don't want that. They don't want that image, right? So
However,
I understand there's some hesitation with that.
Once you broach the threshold.
That's it. That's it.
And that would have stopped more people, not immediately. Not immediately.
No.
But that would have stopped more people from coming in.
Yeah.
Because these motherfuckers are getting mowed down.
Yeah. Yeah.
So no, absolutely not Tiananmen Square. Not at all. Not at all.
They didn't want that. They didn't want that.
That makes sense to me.
I understand why they didn't want it from a perception standpoint.
Right.
But I got to tell you guys, at this point, I don't know what's worse. Giving the perception to your enemies across the globe that you can't protect your own fucking shit,
right?
Or protecting your shit. Because here's the thing. I'm going to tell you what I know for a fact. And y'all can challenge me on this with any links or anything you want. Pull up on the Chinese Capitol building.
Oh, no, that's not happening.
Pull up on the Russian Capitol
Pull up
building.
on Kim.
Pull up on Kim's Capitol building.
Pull up on Kim.
Pull up, run up on them. Run up on them.
It's not going to happen.
Run up on them.
Mm-mm.
So
if you look at Kim the wrong way.
So they're looking at across the globe. they're going, Look at these. I know what Kim is saying. Look at these bitch ass motherfuckers. Like motherfuckers run up on their porch like that. Look at these bitch ass motherfuckers. Run up on their porch like that. These punk ass motherfuckers. They talking this shit up because you got nukes. I mean, you got nukes, but she ain't got hands.
Right.
You got nukes, but she ain't got hands.
Putin over there, like in Soviet Russia, Capitol building killed people.
Look, a bit of sage advice. Don't run up on my porch uninvited. Yeah. Don't do it.
Yeah.
And I don't have the power of the United States government backing me. You know what I'm saying? Don't run up on my porch uninvited. Don't do it. Don't talk about you going to threaten somebody in this house.
Yeah. And
start breaking windows. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can do that. Look, I never thought the day would come that I could actually make this statement.
That's funny.
You can do that to them punk ass motherfuckers in the government.
You're an idiot.
Don't do that shit with me.
Where?
Don't do that shit with me.
That's funny. That's absolutely hilarious. All right, so for some more hilarity.
Hilarity ensued. Yo, you going to jail, yo.
West Virginia lawmaker who recorded himself breaking into the Capitol. Let's stop right there.
Yo, stop it, yo.
Title. That's the headline.
You know what this is the equivalent of? This is the equivalent of, imagine a headline reading, thief breaks into diamond store without gloves and purposely puts his fingerprints on everything, then takes picture of himself, his license plate, and his address of his home, and leaves it at the crime scene.
Oh my God. All right. West Virginia lawmaker who recorded himself breaking into the Capitol faces criminal charge. Hey, real quick. Remember the West Virginia lawmaker who recorded himself breaking into the Capitol during the failed coup on Wednesday? Well, oh boy, is now facing a criminal charge. It turns out recording and identifying yourself while committing a crime probably isn't the move. Who knew?
That's crazy.
CNN reports that Derek Evans, who was just voted into his first term on the West Virginia House of Delegates,
stupid motherfucker,
last month, has been charged in a criminal complaint with entering a restricted area and entering a U.S. Capitol. The charge comes as federal officials have begun identifying and charging those who were seen rioting at the nation's capital on Wednesday. The Department of Justice announced on Friday that 13 people have been hit with federal charges as a result of Wednesday's riot. The lawless destruction of the U.S. Capitol building was an attack against one of our nation's greatest institutions. My office, along with our law enforcement partners at all levels, have been expeditiously working and leveraging every resource to identify, arrest, and begin prosecuting these individuals who took part in the brazen criminal acts at the U.S. Capitol. Evans, obviously a Republican and obviously a Trump supporter, made the brilliant move of recording himself among the horde of people who broke into the Capitol. In the video, Evans can be heard yelling, "We're in, we're in. Derek Evans is in the Capitol." Side note.
Gave his name. This fool gave his name.
Side note. Should I run for office? Because if a motherfucker this dumb can get votes, I'm feeling pretty good about my chances.
No, right?
Evans tried to defend himself by claiming he was an independent member of the media to film history and not, an elected official breaking the law. An attorney for Evans released a statement on Thursday saying that Evans had no choice but to enter due to the size of the crowd and that...
Wait a minute. You telling me this fool is using the argument that he was forced to go in there.
Physically pushed in.
And then
because of the sheer number.
So why is he celebrating when he's in there? Why is he spiking the football?
It wasn't apparent to Mr. Evans that he wasn't allowed to follow the crowd into this public area of the Capitol. I guess he just forgot the part where they broke through barricades to get into the Capitol. Evans' dumbassery has resulted in calls for his resignation from multiple West Virginia lawmakers, including the state's Republican governor, Jim Justice. All right, hold up. Stop right there.
Stop. Before you go in on that man's name, you do understand that he has another identity. He's a superhero. That name is perfect. He's Jim Justice.
I don't know if I hate his mother or you more. I'm not sure. I have to ponder it, but I'll do that at a later time. He had to be a Republican. There was nothing. Like this motherfucker said he had no choice but to go in. Nah, Jim Justice had no choice but to be a Republican.
Yeah.
A Republican politician. He had to. There was nothing else in his life's plan with that name. Come on now.
Jim Justice.
Wow. That's impressive, actually.
Pretty much is. Yeah.
That's impressive. And the stupidity.
Evans, you're a dumbass. The one thing I disagree with this article is their use of the verbiage dumbassery. This is dumb fuckery.
Facts.
Evans, you're an idiot. And I'm gonna tell you something too. A lot of you guys that took oaths and stuff, the shit y'all pulled that day, y'all lucky this isn't the United States or Tombstone.
Bruh.
Because all of y'all would have been dragged the fuck up out of there. All of y'all would have been dragged. No, I wouldn't even have killed them. It'd have been a public ass whooping. I'd have whooped them up, pull them out. They got their and then stripped of their title, stripped of their office, and never allowed to run for office ever again. Because you purposely lied to them people, knowing that the educational system in this country is not good, knowing that they don't teach these people to be critical thinkers, knowing that people lead with their biases and their emotions first, knowing that whatever grievance they have is going to be the filter with which they see everything.
Facts.
And y'all went up there and you lied. These people are educated. They're educated. So you know better. There's no excuse. It's no excuse.
Yeah, none whatsoever. None whatsoever. All right. So Moving on. LeBron James and More Than a Vote release ad calling out the double standard in police response to Capitol riot.
Talk about it.
It was never about what we did. It's about who we are.
I've been saying that for long. Listen, shut your black ass up and take this beating, boy.
Exactly. That's what LeBron James captioned a Friday tweet promoting an ad that addresses the double standard that black people all saw and have not been shy about calling out regarding how police responded to the massive white people meltdown at the U.S. Capitol Wednesday. Oh, wait. I can play this.
You can play that video now.
I can play this video.
Yo, listen, 2021 with this shit here, it's gonna be crazy.
Okay.
Supporters of the president trying to force their way into the Capitol.
Breaching the security line.
Now we have been told protesters are inside the Capitol building.
That's insurrection against the United States of America.
We have a moment in time. People are going to look back, our kids are going to look back at this and say, you were a part of that.
Stop shooting us.
This is how you create change behind it. We're going to give the power.
The consensus is to not play tonight's slate of games.
All right. So, that's what happened.
I gotta say, man, the whataboutisms, the false equivalencies, the people who seem for whatever reason to be invested in doing the both sides argument all the fucking time. All the time. Sometimes it is valid. Sometimes it's valid. I just want to know what you get out of it, especially if you're a part of one of the demographics that has to live with the stain of a perception upon you that you're more criminal, more dangerous, more apt to be violent. What do you get out of trying to undermine the movement of getting people to understand that certain groups of people in this country are not viewed the same, therefore they're not treated the same, and we need to do something about that, because you can have whatever personal feelings you want towards any group you want, but the moment that shit becomes institutionalized and people start acting on that shit that have positions of power and authority, that is a problem that cannot stand, because society cannot allow it.
Absolutely.
You can feel the way you feel, but the moment, and people do act on how they feel, but when you do, there should be some sort of mechanism in place, some sort of corrective mechanism to make you pay for the bullshit you pull, so that the next person will think better of that shit. And that's all motherfuckers is asking for. That's all they're asking for. And all we got for that shit was called names. Let's tell you something. There ain't nobody more patriotic in this country than black people. At times they shouldn't be. Caught foot in their ass for how many centuries? Continue to do so. As far as any stats on any rung of any metric, they're at the bottom. Household income, overall health, education. For all intent and purposes, black people should be a lot less patriotic than they actually are. I am one of the main ones talking about I'm leaving. Operation exit strategy. I'm gone. And you know who some of the main people that try to talk me down from that? Black people.
Yep.
Who have this ingrained love of this place, despite all the bullshit. But if you can't even speak up without being called all kinds of fucking names, viewed as a threat, fuck are you holding on to this shit for?
Well, a part of it is ignorance. A part of it is people have never left this country.
Yeah.
So they only know about the rest of the world what the propaganda of this country tells them about the rest of the world.
Facts.
So they don't understand that there are other places where infrastructure is just as good or comparable. It's sad. It's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's a virus that feeds itself. It's these type of things, and it's like, all right,
yo, I want to address put Mike's post up. Because he said, did y'all already talk about the guy who tased himself in the nuts to death? We do need to laugh at him. So he came there to fight the second Civil War, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
And mind you, he's not the only one there who came there with some sort of weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Motherfuckers had bombs, Molotov cocktails.
They found what, 4 bombs?
4 bombs, something like that. Motherfuckers came there because this is the second Civil War. Now, these motherfuckers, I guess, see themselves as the successor of the Confederacy.
Mm-hmm.
I got to tell you, the Confederacy was a lot more competent than you guys. They actually had a shot.
I hear you, but they were more successful than the Confederacy.
I mean, yeah, they got in there, but I'm talking about the Confederacy. Yo, the first part of the first early part of the Civil War, the North was losing.
Facts.
It was in their asses whipped, right?
Absolutely.
But you guys, you talking about taking down the beast? Y'all tasing yourselves in the nuts to death?
Yeah.
Before a single.
Stop. Do you understand how crazy that sentence that can be? Y'all tasing yourselves in the nuts to death. So many things about that sentence shouldn't go together.
My nigga, I never thought those words would ever come out of my mouth and anything. Just like the shit I said earlier about y'all can run up on them punk ass Capitol build stuff. So gonna come up on mine. Right. I never thought I would say that. I never thought I would say that. I never thought I'd say that somebody tased themselves in the nuts and died.
Not on purpose.
Not on purpose.
Not like I was doing it to see what it was like, or no.
Right, and then fucked up. No. Yo, he out there Keystone copping. He out there Three Stooging.
Shut a bob ass.
He out there shut a bob in and shit with a taser fucking gun. Fuck.
Yo.
And you the ones that want to run around here and talk this Second Amendment solution shit?
That's what happened.
You think you gonna go up against a Marine?
That's what happened.
You gonna go up against a Green Beret?
That's what happened. Hey. And you're old. Now let me get this straight. I don't know, but I think it's safe to say, given the outcome of his life, that he's not technically trained in any way.
Hey, yo, Greg is ass, yo. He said, how long do you have to cook those eggs before it causes death?
Oh, my God.
Wow. Oh, man.
Moving on.
Hold up. It's funny that this happened not long after the Christmas season. So I could have.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Stop. Moving on.
Roasting.
Stop it. Moving on.
On an open fire. Oh, my fault.
Make Shopify great again.
Oh.
The e-commerce giant deactivates sites selling Trump merch.
Wow.
First lesson you learn at Trump University, the art of the con. The second, hit him in the pocket. In Trump's case, it's where he keeps his bowls. E-commerce juggernaut Shopify is the latest to wait until the Titanic's wheezing last gasp to jump ship on Thursday. It announced it would be making the MAGA leaders' merch much harder to buy, as it has deactivated at least 2 e-commerce sites offering merchandise in support of Trump, a day after he publicly egged on and supported thousands of his supporters breaking into the Capitol building in Washington, D.C. Shopify does not tolerate actions that incite violence, a company representative told Women's Wear Daily, citing recent events as violation of the platform's acceptable use policy. As a result, we have terminated stores affiliated with President Trump. The representative added, as WWD notes, the e-commerce platform is the preferred online retail platform of thousands of brands and companies. While Shopify will not confirm the total number of sites closed, they report the deactivated Shopify sites include TrumpStore.com, directly operated by the Trump Organization, and his official campaign merchandise site, ShopDonaldJTrump.com. Other sites associated with Trump or selling supportive merchandises seem to be closed as well. Since as of Thursday afternoon, Trump's access to his social media accounts, including Twitter and Facebook and Snapchat, has also been revoked in the wake of his incendiary and patently false, but not at all new, rhetoric. We have no idea how he feels about the censure of his merchandise arm. Frankly, we care about his feelings just about as much as he cares about Black lives, or any except his own for that matter. Right. What's that phrase? Fuck your feelings. We do wonder, though, what happens to a MAGA hat deferred? Does it dry up like the orange skin of its president in the sun? Wow.
Now I'm gonna be real with you. Had this happened before this incident, I wouldn't have agreed with it. I'd have been like, man, people let them sell. Well, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, this is one that I disagree about the waiting thing, because they have nothing to do, like, the sites themselves don't incite anything. It is the people who are buying the things that are
also I feel like what they'll try to do is say that this is a suppression of free speech, but it's not. You literally went out there using this symbolism and attacked the government, and people died. There ain't a company out there
at all that should
feel obligated to hold any of your fucking products. I think what's being lost, right? Because what they want to do, I've seen this already. What they're trying to do is make this a freedom of speech thing about suppression of speech. It's not that these are private companies, and the freedom of speech thing, it specifically speaks about the government. A private company does not have to have the same restrictions on what they can and cannot suppress when it comes to their fucking platform. And y'all know this shit. That other motherfucker, Harley, that you see the picture of him, the senator with his fist up and shit, that's been making its rounds. He had a book deal. The publisher was like, fuck you, it's over. He went on Fox and was like, see, this is suppressing. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Right.
You did things, you helped to bring things about that created chaos and had people killed. No company should be obligated to promote your image, your imagery, your brand, your logo, or any product that you got out there. Now, you are perfectly within your right. And I see regular people do this all the time. My wife has done it. I've done it. Put up a website and sell whatever you want.
Yeah.
But they don't have to do that shit. They don't have to have that shit on their fucking platform. Facts. So you can get mad, scratch your ass, and get glad. I don't give a fuck. Nobody does. You fucked up, and everything that took place was highly predictable. We've been talking about this shit for a minute, and for all the fact that people hate Hillary, I know we supposed to hate Hillary. Everybody's supposed to hate Hillary.
Emails.
You can hate her and still acknowledge when she was right. She said in that debate that this is exactly what this motherfucker would do. And that's exactly what this motherfucker did. So y'all can sit up here with the cognitive dissonance all day and try to discredit that prediction she made, but she's not a prophet.
No.
She doesn't have telepathic abilities.
The tea leaves.
She looked at the tea leaves. She looked at this man's character that he has displayed for decades. This is part of the public record. and she extrapolated what his behavior was going to be given these circumstances, and she was not wrong.
No.
You can't call yourself rational. You can't call yourself reasonable and deny that she was right about that. If you're only using how you feel about her to ignore what the fuck she said, you cannot claim rationality.
Correct.
Not on that topic.
No. Not at all.
Not at all.
This comment from Mike. Most of these guys have not done combat training. They think hunting a deer is combat training.
Right.
I mean, a small team that constantly did combat training might have a chance at
all facts. All facts.
Your local hunter, especially the hunters around here that shoot themselves cleaning their guns, removing their concealed guns from their holsters. In a word, bish please. I mean, yeah.
I mean, I couldn't have said it better.
I mean, all right, moving on. She's been identified as Ashley Babbitt. And no, we will not
I'll be right
say
back.
her name. On Wednesday, Congress gathered to certify the votes electing Joe Biden, the next president of the United States, and a coalition of homegrown terrorists gathered to, in the words of the now infamous Elizabeth from Knoxville, stormed the Capitol, complaining to cameras about being maced as she and crowds of others unlawfully occupied the seat of the United States legislative branch. The earnest insurrectionists unwittingly embodied the spirit of the day, entitlement so complete it obfuscated even the most basic consideration that she and her largely QAnon subscribing cohorts might not only be entirely wrong, but entirely out of their depth. It's a revolution, Elizabeth gasped, and proclaimed that a proclamation that might have been hysterically and hypocritical if the revolution in question hadn't also been senselessly deadly. No doubt Ashley Babbitt, the Air Force veteran who reportedly traveled across country from her native California only to die of a gunshot wound incurred while breaching the Capitol building, believed she was also a revolutionary. It likely never crossed her mind she'd die, largely perceived as a terrorist engaging in treason against the country she'd once fought to defend, rather than a martyr for an already dead cause. A glimpse at her now painfully hubristic social media indicates a passionate adherence to even the most easily disapprovable of Trump's claims, along with heavy regurgitation of QAnon conspiracy theories and rhetoric, including use of the aforementioned popular Nazi vernacular storm. That is, well, tragic. Nothing will stop us, she reportedly responded to a tweet on Tuesday, according to the Washington Post. They can try and try and try, but the storm is here and it is descending upon DC in less than 24 hours, dark to light. No matter what light Babbitt may have done or sought in her 35 years of life, and there undoubtedly was some, her legacy will now forever be tied to one of the most shameful events in American history. On January 6th, radicalized domestic terrorists, of which she, unfortunately, was one, occupied the nation's capital. Now, some attempting to martyrize her are attempting to co-opt a phrase born of another movement.
Oh, hold up. Because this is a teachable moment. This is a teachable moment. And I would be remiss if I didn't comment on that. On the obvious. Every single fucking time, these fucking worms will take and just steal from our movements the shit that we create. Shit we create from out of pain and struggle. These motherfuckers will take everything you create and weaponize it and completely misuse it, corrupt it, and put a stain on it. You know damn well this situation with her is not the same situation with Breonna Taylor, who was in her house, in her bed, minding her motherfucking business. You got shot because you were supposed to, because that was the expectation I had Like I said earlier in the show, if you fuck around them damn government buildings in DC, you're gonna find out. What happened to you was the only thing I saw in most of this situation that made sense. Fuck with the government, they're gonna shoot your ass. You can continue.
Generally, yeah, that's kind of how that goes.
Yeah.
Here are some tweets. I've seen far too many say her name hashtags for Ashley Babbitt. She willingly stormed towards police who were protecting Congress inside the House chamber in the Capitol building. You don't get to use that hashtag.
No.
She was actively participating in terrorism. She does not get that hashtag.
Right.
Next tweet. Say Her Name was launched in 2014 by the African American Policy Forum and Center for Intersectionality and Policy Studies to bring awareness to name stories of Black women, Black girls who've been victimized by racist police violence. Too many comparisons have been made between the events of January 6th and the movement for Black lives. Some are very necessary juxtapositions, proving the obvious discriminate responses to uprisings from these also very different groups, particularly by the police. Others are more sinister, bad faith takes, or at best, willfully obtuse in their attempts to characterize the movement, recognizing the humanity and human rights of Black people as equally valid and oppositional to a racism-fueled legion.
Yo, that is just a fact. That's a fact.
We are not the same. Ashley Babbitt was not, as one tweeter cavalierly phrased it, an unarmed woman and victim of police brutality who was gunned down by trigger-happy cops in D.C.
Y'all don't get to do that. Y'all don't get to do that when
Neither
all these
was
unarmed
she-
Black people.
Neither was she a woman defending her civil rights and or personal liberty, as neither were under threat.
At all.
Unless perhaps we're talking about the right to die and put others at deadly risk by not wearing a mask in public spaces.
Right.
Say Her Name is for Sandra Bland. Say Her Name is for Tanisha Anderson. It's for Tatiana Jefferson. It's for Breonna Taylor.
Right.
It is not for that girl who stormed and terrorized the Capitol. It is for innocent Black women who lost their lives to police brutality. Right. The article goes on. Babbitt was not Sandra Bland. She was not Tatiana Jefferson. She was not Corinne Gaines. She was not Breonna Taylor or any number of Black women killed for simply defending their right to exist. Or in the case of Jefferson and Taylor, simply existed in their own homes. Even if we're just talking about white women exercising First Amendment rights, of which participating in insurrections are not. She is certainly no Heather Heyer.
Hell no.
And even if we're talking about women killed while seemingly posing a threat to elected officials, Babbitt is not even close to, as many have noted, Miriam Carey, who was reportedly suffering postpartum psychosis when, with her 19-month-old daughter on board, she rammed her car into a White House barricade and was subsequently killed in a barrage of bullets on Capitol Hill by security forces in 2013.
Again, fuck around and find out, right? That's what we kind of expect, right?
Absolutely. To question Babbitt's mental health is understandable. To elevate her to martyrdom is not. Babbitt not only promoted dangerous conspiracy theories, but enthusiastically took part in a violent insurrection intended to upend democracy, disenfranchise voters, and unlawfully maintain the presidency of a man who was repeatedly pledged his allegiance to white supremacy. We can shake our heads at the senselessness of Babbitt's death, because that's a fact. It was senseless. She was a human being, however misguided, but it was senselessness she'd eagerly invested her life in. We can recognize the very real danger of radicalized thinking, but how can we expect to effectively mourn the passing of a human being who died in unabashed support of a man with no regard for human life? I really don't know why she decided to do this, her mother-in-law told Fox News. We don't either. But we will not cast her in the same breath as we speak of the innocent or those disproportionately targeted by racial profiling.
Shameful.
Neither will we gloat over the chaos this woman invited into her life, along with her faith in Trump and radicalized right. If we're feeling generous, perhaps we can simply consider Babbitt's death a teachable moment. But we will not today, not ever. Hashtag say her name.
Listen to me. I'm gonna do what the fuck I want. They laughed at all ours. She's the type. You know she did. You know she did. There's a video on Instagram of her in the car before all of this. I don't know if it's the day before or when she's coming there or whatever. I don't know. She's unhinged. She took that unhinged mentality, behavior right there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if she was just going to go there to protest, I ain't got no problem with that. Do you?
Facts.
Do you? Everybody here has a right to protest.
You have the right to say what you feel.
Right. She goes scream at the top of her lungs.
Absolutely.
Get mad, call them all kinds of motherfuckers. Because look, everybody know I'm calling politicians motherfuckers first.
Facts.
Before their name. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, do all of that. But the moment you decide to step your foot in that building unsolicited, unwelcomed, and then while people around you in the group that you're in are breaking in doors, breaking windows, and all of that stupid shit in this building, the same way people like her that has her her ideology would argue for days to defend the right of somebody for shooting somebody for breaking into their house. They would argue for days defending that.
Yo,
he tried to break into the Capitol building.
If they knew who she was, they may have killed her quicker.
Yeah, facts.
You're a veteran.
Facts.
That means you pose a threat.
She's a traitor.
Yeah.
So y'all can sit there and try to martyr her all day. I ain't martyr her because I know she had a giggle in her throat for Trayvon. I know she had a giggle in her throat for Eric Garner. I know she had a giggle in her throat for Breonna. I know all of the stuff that came out where they tried to assassinate Breonna's character she bought into.
Yeah.
I will not buy into any way of trying to make her seem like she was this gold, to quote a certain person's name that I refuse to mention on this show again. She was not an amazing person.
Right.
And I'm not going to have y'all sit up here and try to make her that, where I'm going to accept it. Not on this show. On this show, I'm going to tell the truth about how I feel about that. She got what her hand called for.
Yeah. Yeah. So, away from this Trump bullshit into some other general bullshit.
I love the general. Hold up. Now, is he what branch of the military is he part of? General bullshit.
He's the part of the overall branch. He oversees all of it.
It's not Space Force? Oh,
no, it's not Space Force. He's at the top. Yeah.
General Bullshit, though, he gets around a lot. General Bullshit gets around a lot.
Because he's at the tippity. He can do whatever he wants.
He's got a big army over there.
He's huge. No, I'm sorry. Huge. Tory Lanez give woman $2,500. Okay.
That's nice.
This is
is that the Tory Lanez stimulus?
Listen. Woman calls Tory Lanez trash. He gives her $2,500. She says he's still trash.
Well, okay. Here's the thing. Right? So if my mom's gives me $2,500 and I still call her mom, that's because that's what she is.
All right, shut up. Woman on Twitter told Tory Lanez he's trash. He gives her money, and she tells him he's still trash. A woman on Twitter was sharing her opinion on Tory Lanez, his music, and the Meghan situation. A bunch of his fans started attacking her, calling her broke. They brought up that she had a GoFundMe in her bio and desperately needed funds. When she responded to the fans, Tory Lanez also responded to her, saying she doesn't know him well to be calling him trash, and he was going to prove he's a good person and asked for her cash app.
That's how he fucked up.
Here's how it started. She says, Tory Lanez has always been trash even before the incident, and that's just facts. The nigga music ain't never been good enough for y'all to be showing y'all ass the way that you do.
Stop. I don't give a fuck if his music was Prince level. Fuck that. You can't be getting away with shooting people.
Okay. His response, the problem is they don't know you just like you don't know me. But today, fuck it. I'm gonna help you out. Send me your Cash App and I'll send you the money you need to get rid of that GoFundMe. LOL. You lucky I got a big heart.
See, here's the thing. You say that. That's a dig. That's a backhanded, whatever. Of course you're gonna still call you trash because you're being trash.
Wait, nigga. She puts a screenshot of the email notification that Cash App sends you when somebody sends you money, and captioned it, "Everybody shut the fuck up." Then her next tweet, "Tory Lane's music is still trash in my opinion. I appreciate him for giving me much needed funds, but I stand on my opinion. What you thought?"
Respectfully. Respectfully. What was she supposed to do? What was she supposed to do? I want to know what she was supposed to do. Yo, Napalm said he's still trash, just $2,500 broker. Listen.
Hey, listen. The 25,000 had no stipulations tied to it.
What
it was
what
not
would
a contract. It was not. He was not paying for her to now treat him nicely
at all.
She didn't ask him for any money.
Hold up.
Where are you going?
What's good, Coach?
Oh goodness.
Nah.
Let me mute his microphone. Now it's business being talked about as far as this whole Rise situation. And I'm looking at his face. I mean, you guys can still see him. I'm guessing it seems like a good conversation. I'm not sure. Can't tell because I can't hear it because I don't know what's going to be said. And I know he's old, so he doesn't realize that his volume is loud enough to where, his volume on his phone is loud enough to where the microphone can still hear it. So, yeah, I don't know what's going to be said in this conversation. So I'm going to go ahead and mute that and let that be what it is. But yeah, like I was saying, there's no contract that was given out. She didn't ask him for money. So I'm all for her still calling him trash. You did absolutely nothing to
mute. I know.
Yeah, I did it though. I took care of it. Everything good?
Yeah. He was making sure everything was still on for tomorrow by the time we coming in there. Yeah, it's gonna be all right. We're gonna do what we do. Cool. Yo, Napalm's right. His dumbass thought he could buy her opinion. Now, the question I have is, what would have called her? What names would they have called her if he gave her that $2,500 and then all of a sudden changed her opinion on that? Right. So, damned if you do, damned if you don't. You might as well stand on what you stand on.
Absolutely.
Fuck
There's
that.
Literally no reason for her to change her opinion. Just is what it is. All right, moving on. This is interesting. Now I don't know none of these women, but tis what tis. Let's get into this.
Bet.
A popular group of white female allies group chat has been exposed, calling black men easy to beg. The group chat was ironically exposed under a post that showed a popular soccer player couple being attacked on an IG post, and people were being racist towards the boyfriend and insulting him, her, and the relationship. Some were even quoting Bible quotes on how the relationship was wrong. Moments later in the group chat of white women was exposed on what they think about black men and reasons why they date them. Here's how the post started. So again, it was the interracial soccer player and couple and people talking about that and all that other good stuff. And then out of nowhere, someone's just like, oh, in this girls only group chat, they were discussing black men. And honestly, the conversation was weird. I only managed to get 3 screenshots. Well, here are the screens. Here's what the screenshots say. Daniela says, I'll fuck with a black guy, even date for a bit, but never marry. Courtney says, OMG, same. I don't see the appeal. Zara, black guys would do anything for be with a white girl. It's kind of pathetic. Daniela again, you don't understand. OMG. Kara, then explain. They don't have any appeal. In fact, they're latest good looking. Not sure what that's actually supposed to be.
What that means.
Okay. All right. Abigail. Listen. All right. Hold on. I'm sorry. Why do they have the most stereotypical possible? The only thing we're missing is a Becky, a Karen, and a Samantha. But anyway, Abigail, LMAO. Ask a white guy to come over at 3 a.m. and he'll say no. Now ask a black guy to come over and he'll be there in a heartbeat. Dina, black men would go above and beyond to please you because being with a white woman to them is a dream come true. Abigail posts a bunch of exclamation points. Kara, so basically they're easy. Daniela, if I tell a black boy I want to pee in his mouth, he will let me. No way with a white guy. Black guys have low self-esteem and love us. Courtney, isn't that using them? Zara, not Kara. I'm sorry. It's hard to differentiate between the two. Never mind. I'm not going to say that. Zara, sounds like they're puppets. Chloe, it's not like they're not using us too. It's a mutual using. Courtney, fair enough, but they're not my type. Sarah, guys, don't they smell though? After sex, don't they get sweaty and smell? Courtney, skull and bones emoji, laughing emoji. Abigail, they do, laughing emojis. Now, these apologies from Ashley. I'm so sorry about the screenshots. Those were just a private conversation about our preference. We're not racist, and we have never been one. We have friends of all colors. I'm sorry. None of those conversations was meant to get out and cause any hurt feelings. We already left the group chat, and this kind of thing would never happen again. Daniela, in light of what happened in the group chat, I just wanted to apologize. We were just having a private conversation. It wasn't our intention to sound racist. To anyone who was hurt, I'm really sorry. You all know me, and you all know I've been an ally to the Black community and all minorities. I took part in many BLM protests, and I will always stand against racism. I'm sorry. Here's some Yahoo. Well, everyone just say, and when I say Yahoo, I'm not talking about white people.
Right.
I'm talking about general buffoons. Mm-hmm. Will everyone just say they want segregation and want people to only date their own race? Everyday black men are the weakest link. Now it's because they do booty calls with non-black women. And then here comes a rational person. These girls said you stink and are easy and worship white women and have no respect for yourselves, and you're doing up black women just want black men all to themselves. Get the fuck out of here. Proving their point. If that's all you gathered from the messages, unless you just lack basic comprehension. Somebody else comments in response to him. For real, it's an obsession to bring black women down. And this Yahoo comes back. Who's bringing who down? Everyday use slander men, and now it's over 3 a.m. booty calls. Moving like use don't do booty calls. It's everyday men this and that. And she says, what I'm trying to understand, though, is why you feel the need to talk about black women in the first place. Instead of you just take the L, you're a fetish. Move on, Ali. Yeah.
So this is one of the things, right, where there is a lot to take from this. A lot.
Wow.
Some of these so-called allies, we've seen examples.
Oh, hold on. Wait. Another of the white women that were in the group chat. We talked about our experience, and our experience, black men are desperate, easy, and have low self-esteem. Inferiority complex. He's on Tinder right now, swiping right. No black boy has ever refused me, regardless of time or location.
Yeah. Like I was saying, we've seen already that bullshit that happened in Central Park with this woman that identifies herself as left, ally, all that, and pulled that bullshit with dude about calling the cops, telling the guy, I'm going to tell them that a black guy is messing with me. it's hard for me to comment on shit that I don't do, right? Especially when it comes to shit like this.
Yeah,
But I'm gonna say this. Hey, Stinky, in the comments. Yeah, they said you stink.
right.
You sitting up there pulling everything from this, but the relevant shit.
Yeah,
And you basically prove that point that these type of black men do exist. They do exist. The fact that they try to generalize that shit with the entire fucking demographic
right.
is wild. And also, how many times have they been in the faces of black people acting like they cool with them?
Mm-hmm. Oh wait, no. I don't know if this was lost.
Mm-hmm.
These group. Well, I don't know if it's all of them, but the majority of this group are known for being quote unquote allies. Like that is what they're.
Yeah, that's
like,
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, they are popularized for it.
So how many times have they been in black people's face, acting like they down, they cool, calling them their brothers, their sisters, everything's cool, and they went and they did this. This is how they think. I don't even know really what to say about it because I know both things can be true.
Yeah,
I know for a fact that there's people that think like this.
Yeah,
it's like I know for a fact there's people that don't.
But you can absolutely still, like, this is not to defend them in any way, shape, or form. But you can absolutely still not want black people to be killed for no reason.
Yo, it's entirely possible.
Yeah.
I'm going to say to these black men, you need to be better judges of character. Because I'm going to keep it 100% real with you. I know black men that do act like that. That act like that. I do.
Sure.
I do. And I think for the white folks that don't think like that, don't have that intent, they should be mad as shit at motherfuckers like them misrepresenting. You're misrepresenting. Because what winds up happening is people will look at that and then they'll paint with a broad brush.
But here's the thing, they do have issue with this. If Chris Evans would be to see this,
yo, he would come on.
Right. So like the ones that even any of them that do actually feel like this, if they saw this, they would condemn it. Yeah.
That's part of the problem though.
Well, I mean, you can never really know.
That's true, but it's part of the problem because the performative aspect of it is the problem. Out in public, you saying this good shit, but when you get around your folks, you're saying that shit. That's why I like our show, to be honest with you. Because we come on here, we just say it.
That's
how I feel.
Pretty much.
How I feel. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, it's the same as when I see somebody misrepresenting our demographic and people try to paint with a wide brush. I'm like, yo, fuck off. Fuck off. You part of the problem.
Absolutely.
You're part of the problem.
If not the entire problem.
Yeah.
It's funny because it's terrible. All right, so for this last article, black men could just not be trash. Like they could, like you could attempt that. Like that's a thing that you can actually. Anyway, I don't believe.
First of all, and I'm talking about humans in general. It reminds me of that episode of X-Men that my daughter was watching last night when the Senator Kelly was talking, not Senator Kelly, one of the scientists that was going up against mutants and trying to build sentinels to destroy mutants. He said to the sentinel, "What are you doing? Your programming is to protect humans from mutants." And the computer said, "Illogical. Mutants are human." So I think it's unfair to ask black men to not be trash because humans are trash and black men are human. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
This is This is basically if you could come back with me for a moment, come back in time to the Gillette ad, the boys will be boys.
Yeah.
Boys will be boys Gillette ad that basically told these motherfuckers stop with this toxic masculinity. That's basically what the ad was about.
Yeah.
That is what the ad was about, though.
Yeah.
So as ridiculous as you are for having an issue with that ad, at least that was what the ad was about.
Right.
People are mad at Ritz, claiming they're trying to emasculate black men. A Ritz commercial has people extremely angry, saying they're trying to emasculate black men. Ritz posted a commercial of a family and a gay couple. After a day, they had to turn off the comments because of how many people were insulting them. The dislikes on the YouTube channel were, video, I guess. I don't know what this is supposed to say. It doesn't say the right thing.
Right.
I'm going to say video. Dislikes on
Right.
the YouTube video were in the thousands, while the likes were in just the hundreds. Here's the original video. So I'm going to go ahead and play this for you guys because we can now.
We can do that now.
It's a thing that exists. It's a real thing. A real thing. Boom.
Booyah.
The holidays are about spending time with family. Whether it's the one you're born into or the one you make. Where there's love, there's family. Join us in helping create a more welcoming world at tasteofwelcome.com. Ritz, a taste of welcome.
Okay. So y'all saw the commercial, and I apologize to the people who are not watching this in video form. What you could do about that is watch it in video form, because you could just go to the Black Culture Geeks Facebook page, or you can go to the Black Culture Geeks YouTube page, and you can watch our show live on Saturdays with everyone else, or you can watch it on the replay, because once we finish with the live, it goes up and it stays. So the thing about that, though, even if you're just listening and you don't have the benefit of the video, you could hear what that commercial was about. That commercial was about families and whether you're biological or not, families getting together and doing what it is that they do.
Right.
That is what that video was about. So
I have a question.
I'm listening.
So I'm asking this to my brothers,
Mm-hmm.
of which one I am a member. These my folks.
Okay. Right.
These are my folks, right?
I think that's relatively clear, my guy.
What do you think is more emasculating? The shit that I see happening with these fathers in these communities. Niggas not there, not engaged, not having conversations with their kid, their sons specifically, not allowing the kid to express themselves, not expressing yourself to your kid, not having calm, rational conversations, not showing them things, not being there. Day comes, you're supposed to pick them up. Oh, something comes up. You ain't there. You ain't paying money to help them with their day-to-day life expenses. Because this is what's the norm. And it's unfortunate It's not as much as they try to make it out to be, but it is a thing. To be so worried about these images like that.
Wait. Hold up. You're burying the lead. So again, for the people who aren't able to watch the video, there is the one particular scene near the end where the gay couple that is in question hug. Oh my God. They didn't kiss. They weren't making out.
I mean, even if they did.
No. It's important to the article.
Okay.
They didn't kiss. They weren't making out. They weren't gesturing at each other, quote unquote, inappropriately. None of that is what happened. They hugged. They literally hugged. Realistically, this is a hug that could have happened between two heterosexual
brothers,
friends,
two family members.
The only difference being the facial expression maybe wouldn't have been the exact same.
Right.
But the hug itself, yeah. So this is what one of you black men decided to tweet.
Okay.
This is like annoying. Like the fuck? And no, I'm not transphobic. Okay.
I'm not racist.
First of all,
I'm not racist, y'all.
First of all, I have no indication that being trans has anything to do with what's going on here.
Well, you got to consider the source.
Okay, all right.
Consider
Not
the source of the comment.
transphobic or whatever the fuck y'all want to call it. I just don't like over-sexualized culture being forced.
Keep the same energy though, bro.
Wait, that is so some of the responses. But he not eating Ritz crackers, so it's fine. Because somebody put the SpongeBob
ass.
I don't like over-sexualized culture being forced. And then it's a picture of him with no clothes on. But the picture cuts off before it shows his man bits. And the response is, but he not eating Ritz crackers, so it's fine. LOL. Once you start eating crackers, then you over-sexualizing things. Someone else said, they show softcore porn in perfume ads, but y'all don't seem to have a problem with that because of straight people. Someone else says, and there's a picture of the dude sleep, how you look at niggas eating crackers and think about gay nigga butt sex. If you're in the closet, just say that.
That kind of defeats the purpose of being in the closet, all right?
I mean, no, I get it. I get it. I don't understand. I said,
I get it. I get that people got their priorities in the wrong place, yo.
No, absolutely. I would entertain your fallacious argument if there were something sexualized in the damn video.
Yeah, but there's literally nothing sexualized in that video.
In this video.
There's nothing sexualized in that video. So that's the other reason why I can't entertain their argument on their terms.
Right.
Because they are literally straw manning the fuck out of the video. They're straw manning the fuck out of the video. And I'm like yo, a lot of the priorities are in the wrong place.
Oh, hold
on. Man.
The lipstick thing might be why he said transphobic. I don't know. But again, his point of over-sexualized is that's not B. That's not this. That's not what's happening.
That's not what's happening here. So first of all, we need to get on the same page and have the same conversation. That's
right.
Number one. It's because people look, a lot of these guys are they have a hair trigger to anything, and they tend to lump everything in to the same thing, right?
I would just say y'all got way too many issues with gay people.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there wondering, like, why are you worried? Like, first of all, I'm about to state the obvious. I'm putting this warning out here now. I'm about to state the obvious. So everybody be ready. Be on the edge of your seats. Gay people exist.
Oh shit!
I'm just putting it up. Gay people exist. Gay people. Oh, it's about to get worse. It's about to get worse.
Dragons.
Listen, it's about to get worse.
Huh.
They always have.
Oh.
Yep.
No, yo.
Could have threw me for a loop.
No, yo.
They exist now, and they always have.
Huh.
They always have.
Huh.
In every culture.
Caligula.
Every
Caligula himself was okay. Regardless,
what happens is, right, you have a majority demographic,
and
they other the fuck out of the ones that's not like them.
Absolutely,
and they other them in their narratives, and in modern society, of course, the stories, media, all of that. So they have people who are born into these societies really believing that this is some new shit, or
listen,
this is all.
My
Trust
issue.
me, our priority should not be.
No, well, absolutely.
What gave you like what the fuck is you doing?
No, I get that, but I've just come to this conclusion, literally just now.
Yo, Mike is ass, yo.
Absolutely. I've just literally come to the conclusion right this second.
Mm-hmm.
Feckless, inconsequential racists,
ineffectual,
are better than these feckless, inconsequential homophobes.
Right.
Because feckless, inconsequential racists generally do not attack people for being black. I'm talking about words. I'm not talking about actual racist actions. I'm talking about words. I'm talking about like shit on the internet. Like they don't watch a video of black people doing something that is not a stereotype of black people or no shit like that and then go off about them being black. That doesn't happen. But these fucking homophobes,
just the fact that they exist,
nothing actually happened.
Yo, just the fact that gay people exist, like they exist in time and space.
Yo,
that's enough. That's enough.
Crazy.
That's enough. That's enough.
Yo, that blows my. I don't understand the idea of. I just can't comprehend the idea of giving something that you claim that you hate so much energy.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm telling you exactly why they do it. And this, unfortunately, is also very human ape. So, someone floated out these ideas, these narratives, these ideologies about people, places, things, you name it, long before these motherfuckers was born.
Absolutely.
Long before they was born. They come into this world and they get taught this bullshit. And then they get taught a narrative that goes down the line of premises that say, because of this.
Right.
We are this way because of this. Now, in some cases, that might be true. Right. Depending on the topic. Topic.
Absolutely.
But I always try to impress upon people that nothing you think is original. Someone thought it before you. And a lot of the ways you came to that conclusion was based off of data that was accumulated before you was even born. Right. And then somebody taught you how to think about that.
Facts.
So these are things you need to bear in mind before you go off half-cocked about certain stuff, especially when it comes to dehumanizing people.
Mm-hmm.
Because the reality of the situation is, if you'd came in this world, nobody had that philosophy out there that you're supposed to treat them a certain type of way, there's an odds are that you probably wouldn't have.
Mm-hmm.
That wouldn't have been the first thing to come to mind. Yes. And you wouldn't be so hair trigger that you just see a commercial with them in it. And now you got this whole narrative about conspiracy and they're trying to do this and this.
But my thing is, that still don't answer my question.
But what's your question?
Why the energy aspect of it? Like, I get being a bigot. That logically,
see, it's not just the fact that they're a bigot. It's the fact that there is an entire worldview lined up behind their bigotry.
Right.
So
right.
They always complain about the gay agenda, but
of the damn video to post it and complain.
Yo,
that's not like that energy
that
could have been used doing a cornucopia of different things.
So why do you think somebody would come on a post where I'm clearly criticizing something that actually happened in time and space and then bring up a politician that didn't do that?
That's what I'm saying. I don't get that. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand why you waste the extra energy to do these things.
You don't have nothing in your life, right?
Right.
And this does not affect. See, the thing is, like I said, they're trying to build on a narrative that they already think. They think because this is the narrative. They're trying to emasculate black men. They're trying to make black men this, that, never. So anytime they see anything that's even remotely adjacent to that, it goes back to their agenda. They're quick to talk about the gay agenda, but they have an agenda too. And that's why, remember we was talking about before, when someone will come on your post, you're talking about something else. And they have a whole different conversation that's playing in their head, that's been running in their head for a year that they want to talk about. And if it's a slight comparison, similar in somewhere in the vicinity of what you're talking about, they'll begin having their conversation. And this is nothing about anything you just said. They're not making a point about the point you just made. That's what these motherfuckers are doing. They're going on there because they already got this running commentary in their heads about they're trying to emasculate black men. They want all black men to be gay. They got all this other shit in their head. And as soon as they see anything that's remote, black gays exist. See, that's what we're talking about. See, that's what we're talking about. Black gays exist. See, there it is.
It's pathetic.
Yo, fix your credit, yo. Take your time to fix your credit. Take that time to fix your credit. Take that energy for real. Yo, your son ain't seen you in 2 weeks.
Yo said fix your credit. Listen, my guy.
Yo, you still got dirt under your nails.
Oh my God.
From yesterday.
Yo.
Handle that.
Yo.
When the last time you saw your doctor?
Listen.
Yeah, the point. Yo, handle that.
Yo said, fix your credit. Listen,
anything but this, yo.
That is legitimately the second funniest thing that I've heard all year. It's still not topping the. They push me out and miss me. It's not topping that. That's still number one. But that is legitimately the second funniest thing I've heard.
My nigga, go find a way to get some residual income.
Right.
Go get a second income.
There's so many other things you could be spending your time on, your energy on. And this is the fight. This is the hill you want to die on. An argument that nobody was making.
Black gays exist. See, that's what we talking about right there.
An argument that nobody was making. Like, over sexualized, they hugged.
They hugged, my nigga.
They hugged.
But see, that's the cover they try to use. You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen it before. Like, I've seen people do this. When gay people was trying to fight to get married, I saw motherfuckers actually go out of their way to make that. Well, I don't agree with marriage, period.
Right.
I've seen this tactic before. You're trying to escape the label of being bigots and make it about a larger thing.
Right.
We see you. You're not as slick as you think. I'm sure you get away with that with other people because, you know, they're easily distracted by the other shit. But I see what you do. You try to make it's the same as when you bring up, again, some specific shit that a certain politician is either currently engaged with or has done. And instead of them addressing that topic and saying, yeah, that was wrong, yo, he was out of line, he was out of pocket, they go, well, such and such, yo, we talking about this.
Nothing to do with what we talking about.
Do I need to say, I don't fuck with none of these motherfuckers for you in order for us to get in this conversation? Because I don't see them. I don't see them as messiahs. I don't see them as they're not part of my family. I don't know these motherfuckers. I've only legitimately known one politician personally.
Right.
I knew them before they were a politician and all that shit. That's it. So I can speak for them. I can't speak for these other motherfuckers. And I'm talking about what this motherfucker did. So it's the same thing, yo. It's the same thing. These motherfuckers try to hide behind some larger point to keep from actually criticizing this
it's
sounding like a bigot.
It's absolutely,
you know,
that's
all.
It's absolutely ridiculous. So Mike says we should at the end of the year make a BCG funniest moments montage. The issue, that is an amazing idea, Mike. The issue,
it is.
That is hard. That is a lot of fucking work. If we had an editor, then
you know, especially now, considering all the stuff that we got on the plate now, if this suggestion had been made earlier, because I look just on Facebook when I was taking the clips of certain things you were talking about, I could have did that with that because it was some funny. The UFO shit was funny. Them clips was funny. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of shit on there. The stuff about artists being sensitive about their a lot of shit is funny. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of funny shit, but we do. Let's see. Last year we did 41 shows.
Yeah.
41 shows.
Yeah.
That's a lot of material to wade through.
Bruh.
Look, the clip that I still can't find because I don't remember which show it was. And I was talking about people staying the fuck out of my house.
Right.
It was hilarious.
Absolutely.
I don't know. Maybe it's the start of the year, so maybe I start cataloging this stuff.
No,
and after we do, I'm saying,
listen to me clearly. It's very it's a good idea. It's a great idea. It's an amazing idea, and it's very wishful thinking for you.
We don't have the infrastructure
now. There's no way. Yeah,
we don't have the infrastructure.
Just the manpower, the time, the storage, the all of it.
You know, here's the thing about that, right? We have cobbled this show together with a shoestring, paper clips.
This isn't even my final form.
Bobby pins and daffodil petals, right? This is what we've cobbled this show together with, because this is where we are currently. There will come a day we will have an infrastructure to be able to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Like you said, like you literally said, we have an editor. That's what they do. They
Right.
literally, this is their job, to compile the best of shits, put them together, and then we find content with it. Right now, we split the work of all the stuff that we do here between the two of us.
Yeah.
Considering now that we have even more stuff on our plate now, that is absolutely a priority. Don't get me wrong. Our shit is a priority, but this shit is a priority too, because this is part of Operation Exit Strategy. You know what I'm saying? So when we get to that point, absolutely. Matter of fact, just to get them motherfuckers busy work, I'm gonna have them go through, especially the stuff from 2020 and 2019. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, it is.
Motherfuckers busy. That's not
go through all that shit.
Here's the thing.
If we paying them good money, they gonna do what I say.
Well, duh. But to belabor your point, and I didn't do this at the top of the show. I haven't referenced it on here, so I might as well go ahead and read this list. So I have. This is the shit. This is all the shit. Not all the shit that I've done. This is all the shit that I actually put out in 2020. 3 EPs combined to equal 1 loose concept album, 1 mixtape, 37 photo shoots, 47 episodes of Black Culture Geeks podcast, 32 YouTube videos, 32 Instagram posts relating to creative endeavors. It's only 52 weeks in a year. And there was a large portion of time, maybe 2 or 3 months, where the only thing that I was doing was Black Culture Geeks. So you got to realize all that work. And like Sue said, it's only us two editing and all this, and distributing all this other shit with the BCG podcast. So you got all that, plus now we're doing skits. We have the rise things.
Yeah, we have a client. We have a client now.
There's still going to be music. There's still going to be photo shoots.
That's not even counting all the other shit that's pending this year.
Right.
The comic book.
Right.
There's
a lot going on.
but what I'm hoping, again, there's a window of time that we have to make certain shit, and we gonna do that shit.
Yeah.
Regardless of anything else, we gonna do that shit. Operation exit strategy. I'm just telling you. I'm telling you.
Oh God, Mike says you might even call that Blacksit, which would be amazing if it actually was a Blacksit. That would be amazing. That would be absolutely amazing.
It would be nice,
but it would never happen because too many.
Because patriotism, the shit that I said earlier, right? People are patriotic as fuck. Well, that too, but that's part of it. I think it's patriotism. Like niggas,
they're closely related. You're saying?
Yeah, yo, I really do. I think
I don't disagree.
Like people have more loyalty to flags and nationalism than they do to humanity, which came before all of those things. But this is it is what it is with that. This is the nature of what the human ape is, and I don't have a solution for it.
That's disgusting.
I am a dumbass. What the fuck I know? I don't have a solution, but I have a solution for myself, for me and mine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I got a solution for me and mine. I don't have a solution. I know what I want. I looked at my wife put that picture up of a day, the one I had in Belize that I had to fix. I had to go through hell to bring back, and something she said in that comment in the post is exactly. But let me pull it up real fast. She says, I hate being the subject of photographs, but this right here is #move forever. Side eyeing y'all while I make money moves to spend my days being kissed by Belizean breezes. I mean,
yeah,
that's my solution.
Yeah.
that's my. I can't tell nobody else what to do, and nobody gonna listen to me anyway. And why? And you shouldn't. I'm a dumbass. Don't listen to me. Listen to me.
Okay, fair enough.
Listen. Look, laugh at my rants on the show and things I might post or whatever. But I'm a dumbass. Yeah, my old man musings. Go laugh at that because I can't tell you what's good for you. Do the fuck you want. I'm just telling for me, I ain't with this shit no more. I ain't with it no more. I see other things that I would prefer to do better. And now that I have a circle of people that's down to do that.
Bow, 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 bow. Bing, 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 bing. Yeah.
Love y'all though. Like,
absolutely.
Just because I'm gone from here doesn't mean half of the people that I've learned to love here on social media, I've never been in the same room with. Me and Mike met at the last Reason rally for like 5 minutes, whatever. He came through and I'm walking past and I see, first of all, Mike is a big motherfucker. Y'all don't even know. Mike Gleason is a big motherfucker, right? So I recognized his face, but I didn't know he was a Nephilim. I didn't know he was a Nephilim, right? One of the giants of old and shit. I didn't know that, right? But that's the only time me and Mike has ever been in the same vicinity. So just because I'm no longer here doesn't mean I'm not gonna be able to. Yeah, I'm still gonna be doing content. All of it. It's just that when I walk outside my door, there might be a golf cart out there.
Oh God.
It might be ours, or it might be yours. It might be yours pulling up. Might be yours pulling up with the camera game. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying that's what this year is about, putting things in motion for that.
Flying people out to Belize for a photo shoot.
It's only 2.5 hour flight. Bring your ass out there. And the
He's
location, you couldn't ask for a better location. I mean,
where are we going to shoot? Pick
a spot. You can literally go to Secret Beach down the road. Man, there's some spots in the city of San Pedro, in the town of San Pedro that,
word.
Yeah.
Like said, my big expert will be with all facts.
Nah, I'm just saying that's what this year is. I am excited about a lot of shit that we got going on. I feel like it's a long time coming. I feel like it's a long time coming.
Absolutely.
And I'm excited to share this shit with everybody. So let's get it moving. So remember, tomorrow at 12 p.m. we start the live stream. Be there with us. Go to the YouTube channel, the Rise with a Z podcast channel.
Yeah.
And or you can go on Instagram if you prefer. You want to see part of it on Instagram. You go to at Coach Calvin.
Yeah.
It'll be on his Instagram streaming as well.
Absolutely.
But I think isn't that it? That's it for us.
That's
man.
it. That's everything.
I want to thank y'all, man, because what we were able to be a part of, I don't think we could have done without you, because your constant participation is what motivates us to keep going. So, you create opportunities by just working sometimes. Just do it. Keep doing it till something opens up and you can take advantage of it. And that's largely to you guys. I want to thank you also for being on a live stream and talking shit with us. It's always great have you guys here. And for those of you that are listening to this on Spotify or any place else you happen to come across this shithole of a podcast, we appreciate you as well. We see it in the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
We see it in the numbers, and we are excited for 2021, even though we do recognize that it's probably going to be a shit show. So what's adding one more shit show to the pile, the Black Culture Geeks? You know what I'm saying? So for my man SPJ, I am Tombstone the Dead Man, and for the greater multi-world entertainment family, we are out. Peace.